Hi, Mike here for Quanta Consulting, worldwide distributor of the Sky System. The Secure Client Information Exchange is the only text-based communications platform specifically designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to keep confidential corporate conversations confidential. What I'd like to address with you now is the human factor in the email threat. First is the accidental loss. 50% of employees in one survey admitted to sending email to the wrong person. One case in the United States, a company was involved in an ongoing litigation. The secretary was supposed to send an informational email to the outside corporate counsel. By mistake, she sent it to somebody of a similar name, and that person happened to be a journalist for the New York Times, and that email appeared on the pages of the New York Times, and it was not a flattering email. There's a second accidental loss. That's the misdirected emails. Now, emails are misdirected because they are sent through computers. Computers are machines, and like humans, they are not perfect. And you know for sure that this happens all the time because at the bottom of your email communications, you put a disclaimer that reads, if you are not the intended recipient of this communications, to delete it. So it makes no sense. It's not logical for you to send confidential business conversations using email because you know it will happen one day. You are, in fact, playing Russian roulette with your company's financial and reputational future. And one day, you're going to hear the bang go off. Let's move on to current and former employees. Over 40% of workers in one survey admitted to stealing company data, and they stole it for financial benefit. And we'll address that in the corporate espionage as section. But what's interesting about these surveys is 10% of IT pros in one survey admitted that they had access to former employees' email servers. Some of them for as long as 5 years, and some of them for multiple employers that they had during those 5 years. So right from the start, those confidential conversations that you think you're holding with maybe only a handful of people is really being broadcasted down the block by way of bullhorn. Your IT manager and IT employees have access to the in-house email server. They hold the encryption key. And this is true even for the favorite corporate server, the BlackBerry Enterprise server. The IT manager holds those encryption keys. And I will guarantee you that, being human, he has taken vacation, has been sick, has been out to lunch when for some reason somebody had to get into that server. And he gave them the encryption key because he wasn't there, and just put in the back of his mind, I'll change that at a later date. Well, according to all the statistics, that never happened. And the interesting thing about BlackBerry is that even though the encryption is done from device to device, it lives on that BlackBerry server in plain text. So your IT manager has access to the confidential conversations, so does the recipient's IT manager. And if you're a smaller company and don't manage your own server and use one of these other secure email systems, they hold the encryption keys. And I'll guarantee you their messages are not stored on the server encrypted. So now you have somebody that definitely is not part of your company also has access to those communications. Now, the malicious external attack we read about every day. Somebody's system is getting attacked. The NASDAQ was recently attacked. They didn't attack the trading platform, it wasn't for damage. Remember what I said, 99% of all outside hack attacks are economic based. It's a war of economics. They didn't want to destroy the NASDAQ's trading platform. They were getting into the director desk program, where corporate executives store documents, have communications between the board of directors, because most of them are based at fairly far distance apart. And what did they want those communications for? Well, it's obvious to me, for insider trading, or to find out maybe a specific company, to find out what's under development. Remember, confidential corporate conversations are a valuable commodity. Corporate espionage. Corporate espionage is one of the fastest growing industries around, and much of it is committed by the IT people because they have access to the systems. They have access to the systems. And most email, secure or not, does not live on the server encrypted. So this is where your inside threat comes from. And the sad thing is, you don't know if it's going on now or it's going on in the past. You might have lost uh, sealed bid contracts and can't figure out how you lost them. You thought you had locks on. Well, maybe it's because one of the employees sold your conversations in the emails, that's where the information is, to a competitor who underbid at you. Government organizations. Now, we all know that the NSA in the States and the MI groups in the UK monitor conversations. They're supposedly doing it for terrorist and espionage activities, but the reports just keep coming out from the insiders there that they're monitoring private citizens and corporate communications. And more now than ever, governments are using their ability to hack into systems with the technology that they have into private companies in other countries to grab this confidential conversations for the benefit of companies in their own country. Hacking is a war of economics, and email is just advertising what your company is doing. It's a billboard. It's not confidential. People use it because it's easy to use. Well, if all the other companies in the world start jumping off a cliff, are you running after them to jump off it with it? Don't don't be a follower. Protect your company. Okay, let's recap the summary of the email threats. We know you can lose them, they're misdirected, they're technically not secure. It was never designed for what you're using it for. It's not logical for you to continue putting confidential conversations in text form into an email and sending it around the world to maybe hundreds of people that you never intended to see it. It is never anonymous. When you are attacked, your company servers are attacked, they know they are attacking your servers because you have a distinct email address and you have a distinct IP number. Sky is 100% anonymous. Doesn't record your IP number, and it does not associate you with the user cell. Now, being logically insecure should be sufficient reason for you to stop using email for those confidential business conversations. And Sky is the solution to this problem you have? Again, Quanta Consulting is a worldwide distributor of the Sky system. Quanta offers businesses and high net worth individuals a 30-day Sky cell license to evaluate the system. Again, we're sorry, but at this time, Sky is not priced for use by the general public. Thank you.